in the electoral system and the process, particularly of collation. Despite these drawbacks, the spirit of cooperation and respect exhibited by the majority of the voters and political leaders reflect the resilience and maturity of our democracy. Let us acknowledge, appreciate, and celebrate this achievement and use it as a solid foundation stone for continuous dialogue and collaboration as we work together to build the Ghana we want. To some of you, honorable members, this meeting may be the last moment of service within the corridors of Parliament, but certainly not the end of your political service or end of life. You never know what life holds in store for you. I encourage you to soldier on. Who knows? You may be, in the near future, you may join the group of members of Parliament referred to in this House as we shall return. Kindly take heart and remain hopeful of the future.
Speaker Alban Sumani Bagbin ena wote se o hye MPsa wo mo anwe no o hye wo mo enkuran se honorable ware honorable nemum ema oba mu ubetumi akọ na wasan aba na afrew aba bio wo se eba ne sa na kyese ani gye nko a wo wieye ena de oda dom kuma no ano Dr. Atoforsen ba opegya ne nsa ena o speaker menso meka bi mebo NDC fo aba so pa wo mo ayade wase wo hwa sita wo mu asenya ede aka wo mo de ho a wo mu wie frem pipi ho no eye maako aduonum 50 na wase we nyina no enye bibia o na mom ahomaso honhom a adura MPP amanyukuo no eno na Ghana fo buafu ho ene nti wo ka no asinipi se NDC amanyukuo a wo mo enya eso mfaso no wo mu hwe ne yie na ese Ghana fo mpenkwanfo wo mo hwe na nkwan a wo ye mo no nya fan a wo mbepamo ako antimuni wako akoto wache.
Mr. Speaker, what happened on the 7th of December polls was a revolution, the people's revolution, what I call it. It was a revolt against a government that is obstinate, insensitive, high-handed, and dismissive of public opinion. It was a revolt against a government that called people with dissenting views names, such as detractors, cynics, naysayers. Mr. Speaker, sometimes they call views of dissenting people as Sambalat and Tobias. Ghanaians have clearly shown that they cannot be taken for granted and that when it matters the most, they will either reward those in office or punish those in office. Right, Honorable Speaker, it is obvious that MPP has been punished for its poor governance, economic mismanagement, obstinacy, greed, state capture, arrogance of power, impunity, disrespect, lawlessness, and persecution of political opponents. Mr. Speaker, the lesson is that what happened to the MPP and the outgoing government is that the political class cannot and should not take the people of Ghana for granted. This calls for introspection on the part of the political class. It is also a call for deep soul searching on the part of those in leadership who ought to have been heard when government engages in acts of impunity, lawlessness, and destruction.
Any out ye Atoforsen. Na ene de yakoba ene se ene de wo mu gitun se agane nsa benkom so no problem. Wo mo ebetena. Ba bia de be mo bia wo se wo mo betena. Na na majority leader Alexander Afenyo Maken wode etu dwache se wo mo de wo mo agya atum se honorable ware. Wo mo se wo mo give verdict no etum se de na Ghana for mo kokromoti a kire no a na wo mo ne hweka. Na mo asem a obi NDC for ne se wo mo ye sure pa se 11 no wo be ye free ho. Na wo mo ye sure pa se betting tax no so wo be ye free ho. Na wo mo ye sure pa se taxes bi o mo kan ho asem che Ghana for no wo be ni nyina free ho de. Eno mi sane sade no se na mo yi we nyina free wo be de nya sika de ahwe o man. amba be ye free hwe ti wo so nde de ha no pa no wo bisa se anye bia wo mu yi free hɔ a sika no wo menya no wo he e de abu omai.
On the 7th of December, this mandate was rightfully exercised by the people of Ghana. They did so peacefully, without fear. They have elected a president and members of parliament. It is without doubt that our friends in the NDC have emerged victorious. And I take this opportunity to congratulate the leader of the minority side and his team for such an unprecedented feat. I also congratulate His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama on this election. Mr. Speaker, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia did something very unprecedented. We've never witnessed it in the history of our politics before. Relying on his own internal coalition, at 9 a.m. on Sunday, he publicly acknowledged the outcome of the elections, conceded and congratulated the president-elect, who was yet to be officially declared by the Electoral Commission.
I want to use this medium, say Professor Yanka. You need me personally, anyone to me, and you need be tiano. And I say, or you be a wasum may, or quite be so wasum, MPP party, any abbey, until be a new honoma or was and bonny be a tiano. Ni see now, no, a unfortunate, say it's here. Nanya dia na yen a station, and I make in. I think go on. Bibiaba na.
Na opanyini.
Ana tim sir.
Why ya le message na ho na na.
Enwa.
Me say ya le message na na.
Ena me save na.
You so come ampon no.
Eh no anyone na. Ena me save sa number no.
I only a new number.
Tim say la message here.
And the message no. Ena me hu ya me ya wo say.
Hey. Ena me ya di nipa hia bia. Okay, aha ye kwa ho. Aha ye kwa. Aha ye kwa. It's so good.
But you see bibi koso se ebi insight se even kabin crank ni ya ne ya ti ya agodo ya adwuma ebi ma adwan se ombeti ananka ya NDC for abaha abeboye wo ha na abesese ye ne
na bo se be no se obi atem
Ya no nya asem
ya be this vote
ni tosu mi ebi insight John Mahama and Nabanya Ebano against pro MPP media houses, especially
Sam George,
especially one to me. But you see, near some women say, and the MPP were bemuno, NDC were bemuno, sessions do no more. No more the MPP from penny for them. So MPP for buy no for say all the but when you acquire your majuma, all the pro NDC stations in opposition, when you acquire your majuma. Inti we no. I don't think say idea inti
so we nyanse ni anya di catch on ade be adwuma say
koye yeah inti abusia gona afei Electoral Commission empany for abekasa na omasem no say constituencies are so far aba abonten no edumienu na ehunsun so e baaye no na mfa na kwan so edumienu 12 constituencies and na almost say is he and Dr. Tete eka say some political parties you say obeka na say because of baby or TNT but na san kotimi ka say constituencies edumienu na NDC for ekọ ho eko BCG ho eko sese nema can you imagine say pishita ye dey adwuma no okwa no wage no atiti well ye who videos are ballot boxes there dey abesia dey atufo na adidua boboso ne asem so genuinely what we need here adetin na will say evidence the Electoral Commission says 12 constituencies no and on the political parties in the case some be recollation.
Okay.
Now recollation, how much me I mean, sir? How much me is whom? How much me Akwatia? How much me fancy Akanof? The fourth constituency, any and some adrogen. And one na woyomi. None in Sasha, honorable Obiama Himono.
Oh, to the shilling.
Oh, to no, so do baby cross it, Obiama Obama police fraction. Wow. Alfred Agbosi, Woyomi, the 52.1 million Gangan to mine.
That's what they can.
Yes. Eti, honor a question to Electoral Commission, send this to made Dr. Tete video no ebe maun. Na yahwe constituency aka osi baby or baby omo be sign aye recollation no. And I mean say be secret somebody I don't know baby ekokosi but osi do mu kwabenya Okakwe Central Abekumanov Tema Central afi baby sa hafano Southwest ahafano North Obuasi East any Techiman South aho nyina outstanding. See, Ashanti, my friend Dr. Samuel Tete, or a deputy chairperson in charge of operations at the Electoral Commission. I've already sent me to that.
Results by the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. The presidential results from 9 constituencies have not been received. In addition to that, parliamentary results from 12 constituencies have also not been received. The facts are as follows. After close, in addition to that, parliamentary results from 12 constituencies have also not been received. The facts are as follows. After close of polls on Saturday, the 7th of December, the collation at constituency collation centers began in all 40,648 collation centers as expected. The Commission had put in place a robust mechanism enshrined in CI 127 to ensure the accurate but timely collation of results. Our well-trained staff were proceeding along the procedures enshrined in CI 127. Halfway through the coalition, supporters of some political parties entered into the coalition centers and disrupted and impeded the ongoing coalition process. These supporters destroyed and tore the pink sheets being used for the coalition as well as ballot papers which could be relied upon in case of a dispute. In some cases, constituency results collation forms which were being collated were destroyed. Additionally, computers being used for the electronic collation of results were also vandalized. This brought collation in those constituencies to a standstill. It is important to note that in most of the collation centers, it is important to note that in most of the collation centers, our staff were issued with death threats and beaten up. This is the reason why collation for the outstanding constituencies could not proceed as envisaged. We wish to place on record that the delay in collation of results in those outstanding constituencies was in no way the fault of the Commission. It was simply because supporters of political parties besieged our collation centers and disrupted proceedings, bringing collation to a standstill. They also destroyed the constituency results collation forms and bid sheets required for collation and ballot papers which relied upon in case of a dispute. made to ensure the prompt collation of results in these centers, the Commission took immediate steps to liaise with the IGP to provide adequate security to enable our staff collate the results. To date, out of the 12 constituencies requiring recollation of parliamentary results, 3 have been completed. The 3 constituencies where collation has been successful are Sumani, Akwaaba, and Pantama North. Recollation is yet to take place in the following constituencies, namely Ahafo Ano Southwest, Ahafo Ano North, Obuasi East, and Techima South. It is imperative to note that the recollation in the following constituencies, namely Domi Pamenya, Okakwe Central, Ablekuma North, and Tema Central constituencies did not follow laid down processes.